It's no surprise that here at Cosplay-FTW, we love anime, so much so that we took the time to recommend one that has stood out from the pack recently and deserves your immediate attention. That anime is none other than Tokyo Revengers. Its popularity was already growing as a manga and has quickly gained an even larger following from the anime. This story features time traveling, gangs, crimes, twists, turns, and a whole lot of fighting. What more could you ask for? Welcome to Cosplay-FTW, your #1 source for the latest lowdown on anime and manga news, updates, and analysis. Sit back, relax, and before we get into this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. Before we dive in, fair warning, there will be slight spoilers for minor plotline details of the show. But if you're still on the fence about this series, we are going to tell you exactly why Tokyo Revengers needs to be on your watch list. Now let's get into it. The show's protagonist, Takemichi Hanagaki, is a 26-year-old male whose life hasn't panned out quite how he'd like. He has a crappy job, a dingy apartment, and awful neighbours. 3 staples for a guy new to adulting. One day, he gets the shocking news that his old middle school girlfriend, Hinata Takibana, and her little brother have died after being targeted by the Tokyo Manji gang. To top it all off, after spending yet another day being tormented and disrespected, he gets thrown in front of a moving train. I mean, talk about never catching a break. And that's the end of this tragic story. Or so you might think. Instead, Takemichi gets teleported 12 years into the past, meets Hinata's little brother Naoto, and is able to warn him of his fate before it happens. Realizing he can change the future with his actions in the past, he makes it his mission to save Hinata by changing it. Tokyo Revengers' unique plot involves both time travel and a look into the delinquent lifestyle of Japan. When time traveling back to 2005, young Takemichi and his friends are delinquents, shorthand for any young man who causes trouble and goes around looking for fights. This premise allows for us to see the inner workings of the Tokyo Manji gang, or Toman for short, that Takemichi is now part of. Most of this typically involves fighting, flashy drip, custom bikes, and a lot more fighting. The time travel aspect allows Takemichi to change the past and go back and forth to see how the future has been altered. This means we the viewers get to see in real time how Takemichi's efforts change things, as each little detail, including his newfound resolve, can have major effects. One of the brightest points of the series is its characters. Tokyo Revengers features a wide, colourful cast, and even minor characters are given significance, distinct personalities and traits. But our protagonist is truly a standout guy among the rest. Takemichi is one of the best protagonists we've gotten in anime this year. Why, you ask? Well, after realising he's been given a gift in the form of a second chance to make something of his life, he finds new purpose. His rekindled resolve makes him realise that there are things that he cannot give up on, saving Hina's future being one of them. Okay, we know that a strong resolve is a pretty popular thing for a protagonist to have, but Takemichi differs from others with this trait, as he's incredibly weak at this point in the anime. We've seen other protagonists, like Midoriya in My Hero Academia, who start off weak in the beginning of their journey, but eventually become more and more powerful. Takemichi is impressive, as he knows he lacks the strength to defeat most of his opponents, but he still dares to endure so much punishment, so much so that he inspires others to act. This courage makes Tokyo Revengers a true underdog story since, like many of us, Takemichi is not the most powerful person in the room. He, therefore, must focus on doing what he can do, leaving the fighting to those more capable. Luckily, Takemichi's determination does surround him with very capable individuals, so he doesn't need to be the strongest or the smartest. Naoto is the first person whose life is changed by Takemichi. Armed with the knowledge that his sister dies, Naoto dedicates his life to save her, becoming a cop to do so. Unfortunately, Hinata's untimely death couldn't be prevented with just that knowledge alone, meaning he must use all of his resources and detective intuition to help guide Takemichi through the past. Adult Naoto acts as a partner to Takemichi when in the present, and they conduct the research necessary to figure out their next move in the past. This relationship resembles a buddy cop dynamic, as these two may bicker, but ultimately come together towards a shared goal. In the past, young Takemichi gains the interest of Tokyo Manji leaders Mikey and Draken, who, to his surprise, carry a lot more dignity and honor than he expected from the more wicked and violent version of the gang that controls the streets today. To keep spoilers to a minimum, we'll say that as time goes on, Takemichi finds that there's much more to Mikey, Draken and the gang than meets the eye. But what we can say is that even though Takemichi is lacking in strength and overall coolness, Mikey, Draken and the rest of the gang are nothing short of badass. Each member of the gang's top brass has a distinct and easily recognizable look and style of fighting that they use to decimate opponents. If after all that you still aren't searching for this show on your favorite streaming service, then allow us to tell you about one more aspect that Tokyo Revengers has that makes it a must-watch. The reason you need to be watching Tokyo Revengers is for its message. As discussed earlier, Takemichi is a true underdog. He doesn't have any superpowers, and he doesn't get any sudden power-ups due to his life being in danger. He doesn't eat a magical strand of hair that grants him super strength and has a host of other abilities. All Takemichi has is his tenacity. Okay, and time-traveling abilities, but that's besides the point. He has a resolve that comes from realizing he spent his entire life running away from his problems. Series creator Ken Waku uses his stories and characters to reinforce the idea that we as humans cannot live a life full of regret and cowardice. Even if we get beat, broken and disrespected, we must keep our heads held high and not wallow in our own misery or allow our defeats to defeat us. Unlike Takemichi, we don't get a second chance at life. Therefore, we shouldn't waste it by living without a purpose. While shows inspire us with strong characters that we can project ourselves onto, it is refreshing to see characters who commonly aren't seen as the ideal hero overcome adversity. Tokyo Revengers is something for everyone looking to be inspired. We will be following this wild ride in Takemichi as he fights for not only Hinata's but his own future through thick and thin. Hopefully we've convinced you to add Tokyo Revengers to your watch list. It goes without saying that we know Tokyo Revengers will be one of the best series to come out this year, and you don't want to miss it. That's all we have for you today. Don't forget to like and comment any series you think we should tackle next in the comments below. Make sure you're subscribed so you can be updated on the freshest anime content around. And we'll see you in the next video.
Ad time.
Oh no, Halloween is just around in a couple of weeks and I don't know how I'm gonna dress up this year.
Don't worry, I know just the perfect website where you can buy the perfect costume to impress me. I mean, everyone at the party. It's Cosplay-FTW.com. It has hundreds of different cosplays of all the popular anime, movies, video games, and more.
But I thought cosplay was just for anime conventions.
Not really, you can use it for parties, cool photos and funny videos.
But I live in another city, in another country, in another dimension. Will it arrive before Halloween?
Just be sure to order soon, because it can take a couple weeks. But it will get to you.
Thanks Cosplay-FTW, now I'm no longer a generic anime guy, I can be
a protagonist.
End of ad.
So, I ordered from this place, the Cosplay-FTW. I ordered a cosplay. I'm so happy it came in today. I messaged them on Facebook about it on Messenger and they were so nice. They gave me the sizing chart and they also right away I checked the website again and they updated it for me. So for anyone else who's looking to buy that cosplay, they'll see it online as well. Actually looks much better than what they showed online. All my stuffed animals everywhere. So basically online these kind of look like fabric pieces in the picture, which was kind of strange, but I was worried about that. But you just look it and these aren't fabric, it's like actual plastic or cheap metal, so it's cute. But yeah, this is what it is. So yeah, definitely check them out. This isn't a sponsored video, don't worry, but like I've ordered from them before and they're super nice.